Okay, let's try this again. Hello everybody. I am just doing this live stream as a thank you to everybody who contributed to the GoFundMe that I set up to purchase this microphone. So I'll give a little bit of backstory of why I did all that and why I felt that that was important. But I'll wait for more people to come in. What's up, Error 404? Who said in the last failed live stream that I look extremely tired, which is true. I feel extremely tired, but you don't got to say stuff like that, you know? Like when a woman is pregnant, you don't say, "Hey, you look really pregnant." You say, "You look great. You're doing great." I'm just messing with you, man. I know I look tired. It's okay. Yeah, I haven't been sleeping very well. It all started on Sunday night, I believe it was, because I decided to drink some Vietnamese coffee that night, and that was a bad idea. And then it threw off my sleep. I couldn't sleep until like midnight, which doesn't sound super late, but for me it is because I wake up at 6. So it cut off a couple hours of sleep. And then it's just each night since then has just been a little weird. But yeah, what do you guys think of the audio? For people who have watched before, I notice a difference. That's for sure. You got to wake up at 2? All right, you're probably real tired. I just chug coffee all day. It helps. What's up, Shanane? Shanane her chai? I don't know, dude. I don't know what I don't know how to pronounce your name, but you ask very good questions anytime questions are asked. Anytime I ask you guys to ask questions, you ask really good questions, Shanane. So I'm sorry that I'm butchering your name, but I just wanted to say good job on the questions. You ask really good questions. How's the camera? We're good? Okay. You clearly can't pronounce Gaelic. No, I cannot, man. But I think it's a beautiful language. Maybe one day it'd be good to learn. Yeah, the tired thing hits me hard at work. I now see about 10 seconds less lag between the chat and the. Okay, yeah, sweet. Yeah, that was the ultra low latency setting I was complaining about when I had the last stream up. But now we're good. Shannon. Oh, Shannon O'Harkey. I guess I can pronounce Gaelic when it's written like English. Arrow44, you got a question. What is it? You don't have to say you have a question. You could just ask it. Olive Mule, you're you're screaming at me and I don't know why, but I'm glad you enjoyed my grandparents. It's more like Shannon. Shannon. Oh, I see. Yeah, you did try to. Okay, yeah, Shannon. No worries. No worries about the caps. Do you do this full time? Not yet, but I would like to. That's the goal. If you're not sure if you've committed a mortal sin, is it okay to still receive communion? I think if you're unsure, you should always err on the side of caution because receiving communion unworthily is very serious. So I think if you're not sure, you should just go and make sure and just go to confession and receive reconciliation. It's harder for some than others. Like I'm very blessed that in the area I live, there's several parishes that have confession at various times, and I can find what's convenient. So what I've done, and I found a parish nearby that has confession every weekday. What a blessing that is. If there's one thing parishes could do more, It is have confession more often. Even this parish that has it every day, every weekday, they should have it more often. Like, have it as often as possible because it's not easy to get out there and get to confession, and then you're in situations like this where you're like, "I really wanna go to confession before I receive the Eucharist." Um, yeah, but maybe it's not available at the times that I'm free. Error 404 wakes up at 2 a.m., so I'm assuming you have a crazy, weird schedule. So if parishes can have more confession times, please do that. But yeah, look, if you're unsure and you're able to get to confession before this Sunday, do it. Why not? Why not? Oh, you work FedEx. Okay. FedEx in the morning, Taco Bell at night. Oh, God bless you. So if you're able to before Sunday, do it. If you're not able to before Sunday and you feel like you're risking profaning the body and blood of Christ by partaking of communion, then just, cross yourself this week and it's all good. Come back next week. Okay, my 87-year-old aunt commits mortal sin, damning holy things, and she gets communion. It's so sad. That is very sad. L- Let's let's not do that. Pray for her. Pray for her. Don't judge her, whatever you do. I mean, judge her actions because her actions are terrible. But I heard a quote from somebody, and I can't remember who it was. I'll look it up right now and find it. But it was basically, excuse the sins of others and something something, not your own, basically. And I think that's important because, oh, okay, here we go. It's Saint Augustine. Augustine, dude, he's the best. So he says, excuse the sins of others as though they were your own, and forgive them as if they were your own. Is that true? I've noticed. So I'm using ChatGPT to track this down because it's helpful to track down things that are not exactly Googleable, but sometimes it gives you BS quotes, so I have to be careful. I'm just gonna say Augustine said that because that's an awesome quote. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, if someone else is sinning and you know it, then obviously, don't be flippant about their sin. Don't say, well, it's okay if they keep doing that, but also don't think less of them. Right. Hi from Poland. I watch all your videos with my other Catholic friends. That's so cool. I just imagine like a bunch of people sitting around watching TV and it's me on their TV. That's kind of scary, but I appreciate it. That's wholesome. Can't stay because I've got to go to work in a few minutes. Sorry, brother. No worries, Shannon. You go ahead. You have a real life with a real job, and God bless you. My parish does 4 masses every day. That's awesome, and has confession 30 minutes before mass. Yes, and a 24-hour adoration chapel. Yes, yes. This needs why. I mean, okay, understand why this can't be possible everywhere because there's a shortage of priests in a lot of dioceses. But 30 minutes before mass, have confession. Oh, I would love that. That's such a blessing. The priest has to give out communion, assuming the Catholic is in the right spiritual state. So sadly, unless she repents. St. Augustine is the best. That is true. I'm reading his book, City of God, and boy, it is long, but it is good. It is so good. My 87-year-old aunt, she's uneducated. She has jealousy in her heart. She hates when anyone goes to Bible study, and she literally cusses out my Bible and Bible study book stack. Please pray for her. Why does she do that? What makes her want to do that? Or like what's her reasoning in her head for why she should do that? I can't imagine cursing out a Bible and then going and receiving communion. All right. Well, since a good chunk of people are here, sorry, I had to mute myself because I was hearing myself. Since a good chunk of people are here, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. So I put out a post yesterday saying that I was in need of a new microphone. And as you see, we have a new microphone here. So you guys really came through. A little bit of backstory of why I felt that was necessary. So I recorded an interview last Friday with a man by the name of Frederick Blauer, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. And he is the sole member of several musical projects. Um, the Catholic death metal band Hell's Enemy, amazing music. Um, Lost Age, which is more of an instrumental band, and Great Helm, which is I don't know, he calls it like a power rock band, really good. And also another project called Dragon Father, which I guess is just more instrumentals. Anyways, this guy's awesome. I really love his music. And yeah, so I did an interview with him Friday. It was a huge honor to even be able to talk to him. But what I noticed was in editing the video, I was like, my audio is so bad and his audio is so good because he's using a microphone that he uses to record his music. So, of course, it's going to be a good mic. And I was like, man, like it's so frustrating. So I had to do, editing software has um, ways that you can like refine the audio, but it also makes audio sound very overly processed and it's just not ideal. And as I want to do more of these long form interview type of videos, I just felt like it's it's crucial that I have better audio. And also we're moving on to podcast platforms as well. Like we're live on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. So it's just crucial for me and in my desire to deliver good quality podcasts, good quality episodes. It's crucial that we have good audio. So yeah, and I brought this up to my wife, and we came to the decision that that so we just had to replace our water heater. We've had some random big expenses come up, and it just wasn't feasible for me to just go and spend another few $100s on a microphone. So I put out the call on YouTube. I posted a post and said, "Look, if you guys can help me out, I'd appreciate it." I thought maybe, okay, we'll probably cover like half of the cost, which will be enough, which will be good. But man, you guys came through so strong and so fast. Within like 5 hours, we had reached the goal, and it was just really, really heartwarming, and I'm very grateful. Maybe it doesn't seem like all that much because it was like $300, but I didn't expect to get that, and I thought I was gonna post it, and you guys were gonna get mad at me and be like, "Stop asking us for money," or something. So the fact that everyone is so willing to help out was just, I don't know. I'm just really grateful. Thank you guys. So I just wanted to do this live stream as like, hey, look what you guys did by helping out with this microphone. But it's not just the people that donated; they're awesome, and I really appreciate them. But it's also the people that just watch the videos, the people that are members like Mr. Lepanto and the Historican in the chat. You see them there. The members, the people that watch, the people that pray for this channel and for myself. All of you guys are what make this possible and what make this so fun to do. So thank you. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Anyways, I'm going to catch up on the chat now. um, Catholics at our parish volunteer to help the Adoration Chapel open 24/7. That's awesome. Yeah, maybe it's on me to volunteer so that these things are more possible. She's at the end of life. She's not ready in her heart. Oh, God bless her. Frederick, I'll pray for him. I love Hell's Enemy. Yes. I don't know what this other band is, but Catholic metal is the best. Would you like to travel to Poland and visit our old churches in Krakow? Krakow? Yeah, my pronunciation of stuff is bad. I believe this word is pronounced, is it Lutz? Warsaw and other cities someday. I would love to go to Poland. I think I have some Polish background, probably very small percentage, but I still feel really cool about that because Poland is just so based. And the prime minister of Poland, I believe, is just really, really cool. So I love Poland. I would love to go one day. Yes. Your audio is fine. It's cloud and clear. I'm assuming you meant loud and clear. Are you self-taught in video editing? Yes. I did it for a bit as a child in church. When I was like 12, 13, and it was a lot of fun, but never took any formal education for it, which is probably why my videos are not edited as nicely as they could be. Yo, just finished the interview with Hell's Enemy. Great interview. Oh yeah, thank you, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. The Historican, God bless you too. Man, yeah, that was such a fun interview. I felt like in a lot of ways it was great because the conversation was just so free flowing that I was like, this is awesome. I'm having such a good time. And then I was like, wait, there's questions I was supposed to ask him. But I feel like that's how you know it's a good interview. Wish I can help out financially. Don't even worry about it. No. If it's even a little bit uncomfortable, if you're like, all right, like I could help with a little bit financially, but it's going to put a strain. I don't even want to. No, don't even go there. But if you're like, yeah, that wouldn't be too painful, then being a member is really helpful. Yeah, because I do want to do this at some point full time. I'm working towards that. So any little bit helps me get there. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Sips. Hello, No Print. Shout out to the ones who supported your channel. Yes, thank you. Thoughts on Luce? Is it Luce or Lucy? Whatever it is, she's really cool. It's really cute. Let me see. There was someone posted like an anime style picture of her that I thought was just awesome. Let me see. I'll show you right now. Let me just put this in do not disturb mode. If I can figure out how to do that. No. So y'all don't see my notifications popping up or something. I don't know. But this picture, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Maybe if I cover my face. It's just so cool. It's Lucy, running out of a Planned Parenthood with a baby. It's awesome. Cello, I haven't watched it yet. Can't wait. Awesome. Hope you're doing well. Can't stay long as I'm on 10-minute break. No worries. God bless. Thank you. Thank you. Error 404 is still here. That's good. Clorox bleach. Wow. What an honor. Says, hey, not staying for the stream, but I'm in a similar situation as you, looking to become Catholic from an evangelical non-denom family and church. God bless you. Yeah, it's not easy, especially depending on how anti-Catholic your family is, but it all works out. Don't worry. It will work out. It's going to be hard, but honestly, if you want to make it harder, then just hide it from people. it's much easier if you just come out in the open with it. I hid it from my grandparents, and I think that was a bad idea. Didn't really help, because they found out anyways. And it's just not a good way to live. Like, you end up hiding things from your family, and it's something that you should be excited about, not like worried about them finding out. So, yeah, just be open with your family and just tell them, and it'll, even if they have a bad reaction at first, it'll get better. But we will definitely pray for you. Everybody pray for Clorox bleach. That'll, the saints in heaven are going to get a chuckle out of that. Mother Mary, please, if you would intercede for Clorox bleach. Heard that from Lila Rose not long. Have not seen it yet. Yeah, Lucy. Loose. Can someone tell me how you say it? Is it loose or is it Lucy? I'm assuming it's Lucy. Can you set up some non-patron platforms for contributions? I want as close to 100% of it going to you. Donor box would be good. Yeah, I'll check that out. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, YouTube takes 30%, which is insane. It's ridiculous, but it is also very convenient for people because they're on the same platform. They just, if they're on your iPhone, you just double tap the thing and you're in, rather than having to go to a different platform and all that stuff. But I found this donor box thing. What's their percentage? What cut do they take? Eduardo, what up? Redeemed Zoomer banned talking about Lucy in his server. Why? Maybe it was becoming a problem in his server. Sips, thank you for reading my comments. I will pray for you. Thank you, Olive Mule. Eduardo, hello. There's only one Holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. That is 100% true. Can't blame Redeemed Zoomer. He's not Catholic. Yeah. I don't see why he would care to even talk about it. Oh, he wrote a whole paragraph on how it's demonic. Yawn, bro. Yawn. Is this the new mic already? Yes, it is. This is the Shure MV7 Plus. They are not sponsoring any of my contents, but they make a hell of a mic. Oh, Luce? Luce. That's cute. Oh, now, but you guys are telling me different things. Okay, so P. Tony says it's Luce. Dedicated Disciple says it's loose. Okay. I got two people saying Luce. Commit. Just commit to whatever feels natural. Luce. Luce sounds really cute. I'm going to go with that. Luce. My Argentinian heritage will appreciate that more. Luce. Empanada, boludo. Anyways, I think the cut is very low on donor box, or the donor has to make a separate small contribution. Interesting. That's why you sound like a podcast host. Yeah. What did I miss about the mascot? It's just, I don't even know the full story, but the Vatican came up with some cartoon character named Luce, and people are mad about it. I don't know. People are terminally online is the long and short of it. You might be able to get a Hallow sponsorship if you email them. Got to have the hand movement, yeah. You can't say Luce without doing that. Yeah, maybe I'll email Hallow. I really like their product, so I'll use it. I mean, I use it anyways, so I'll it's something I'd feel good about sponsoring or being sponsored by. I don't know the terms. I don't know the words. But yeah, I don't want to be like, if I get offered sponsorships, which I'm far away from getting, so don't even worry about that. But I would like to only promote things that I personally use or find are good quality. So yeah, Halo is definitely one of those. I started watching you a few months ago. I also recently started Social. Oh, OCIA. I see. Awesome. Arrow 404. God bless. Goodbye. Snub Monk. Welcome to OCIA. That's exciting. Boludo. Hi, hello. Just arrived. What's the overwhelming news? The overwhelming news is that you guys are awesome. And I put out the call yesterday for funds to purchase a new microphone, which everybody came through super fast on. And I really appreciate that. That is all. I'm overwhelmed by everyone's generosity and love. So thank you. OCIA is the Order of Christian Initiation for Adults. Woot woot. What up, Hallie? I didn't even have time to contribute. I know. Was it you, Eduardo, or somebody was like, "Can you wait until Thursday? I can help on Thursday," and then it was all just done. And you guys, it might have been Eduardo, it might have been someone else. They were like, "I told you guys to wait." But yeah, we actually even went over our goal. So the goal was 300 because that's how much this glorious microphone costs. But we ended up getting 425. So I'm debating what to do with the extra 125. Maybe I'll put out a poll for members. Because one thing, I have something kind of secret in the works, and I don't want to give it away here. But I was considering putting it towards something special that will be a physical product of some sort for supporters. But that is still in the early stages. Catechists. Got any candidates or catechists in the chat? Probably. There's a lot of new Catholics following this channel, so yeah. Save it for the next expense. That's a responsible way to think about things, Des. Brian Holdsworth's video on the mascot was pretty good. Oh, I haven't seen it yet. It's kind of a letdown when compared to other things that have been created for other Jubilee years. Okay, so maybe it's like not as well thought out or deep or extravagant. I don't know. Maybe it's less beautiful than other things the Vatican has created. That might be true, but it also seems like it's a way to appeal to like I don't know what they've done in the past, so I don't know. I'm not comparing it to anything because I don't know. I don't know what's been made in the past, but maybe it's like, hey, here's this cute anime character, and and younger folks like that more than a beautiful painting that might be more beautiful, but wouldn't be as effective or eye catching for most young people. And maybe I'm just an idiot and you shouldn't listen to anything I'm saying. My brother loves anime. I'll have to tell him about Luce. Yeah. See, I'm not a huge fan of anime, but there are some animes that I really like. I'm a Protestant seeking to become Catholic. My family hasn't been the most supportive of it. Your videos have been very inspiring. Thank you. Awesome. God bless. Yeah. Well, it's not awesome that your family's not supportive, but I'm glad. That's my whole goal with this channel is like people who are converting from Protestantism to not feel like they're insane because all of the people around you will make you feel like you're insane. And they'll be like, you are leaving the faith, you're following a demonic church and like all this stuff. So to provide a place where it's like you get the information that you need to refute that type of stuff so that you don't get convinced by that, but also you feel like, hey, here's another Catholic guy who's gone through a similar journey to what I'm going through, and he's made it out on the other side, and I can do that too. That's the whole goal. On the whole, I don't think it's something to get upset over, but the internet will do its thing. Yeah, Luce. It's like, even if you say this is the lowest quality thing that has ever been produced for the year of Jubilee or whatever it is, okay. So We'll survive. Don't worry. Orthodox Christian here, enjoying your channel. Thanks, Benjamin. Pray for the election. Yes, do pray for the election, please. Luce is cute, but doesn't really call to me much. That's fine. But my general position is let people enjoy things, especially since I've seen positive reactions from people who tend to be hostile towards the church. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like, it's cute. It's resonates with some folks. It's not that serious, guys. It's not going to destroy the church, and it's also probably not going to lead to like a new reawakening of Catholicism all around the world or something. If it does, that's great. Maybe it will, but it's probably just going to be one of these things that everybody forgets about next week. The story about your grandparents helped me get enough courage to tell my family recently. God bless you. That's awesome. I think I got too caught up in my own head because they responded much better than what I expected. Yeah. Yeah. It's never as bad as you think it's going to be. And at the end of the day, they are your family. And they, as much as they'll say, like I talk about, I think I've talked about it before. My grandma said when I first told her that I was first looking into Catholicism way back in the like 3 years ago or something, my grandma said, I don't think I want to see you anymore. And I thought, oh no, like I'm going to lose my grandparents over this. But the reality is, if I had, so that scared me out of converting the first time. And if I had converted, it probably would have been like now, where it's like everything's pretty much the same, except sometimes we talk about religion and we kind of argue about it a little bit. And that's okay. So I could have saved 3 years of time if I hadn't been so scared to convert the first time over that. The whole anime thing is just to keep us content with Catholic memes. Catholic memes are pretty great. I don't know if you guys have been on Reddit, on the subreddit Catholic memes. There's some really good stuff in there. I did a video about that a long time ago. All right, so should I make an account on this donor box thing? It just feels like, how many people are going to go to this since it's an external thing? When did coming out as Catholic have such a large fear factor, right? When my uncle and aunt left Catholicism for Protestantism, they were just bold and open about it. Yeah. It's very true. It's another thing. So I'm trying to think how to say this. So like I tend to walk around my neighborhood praying a rosary, and I'll just walk around with it in my hands, and I'm just like going through praying it, and then I'll be walking by somebody, and I'll be a little bit nervous, like I'm kind of scared, that they're gonna see what I'm doing, and I don't know. It's a little bit not embarrassing, but it's like I'm whatever. It's not a good thing to feel, and it's not good to give into that kind of feeling. But then you see other people doing things in public that they're just very bold about, and you're like, why shouldn't I be bold about this? Why shouldn't I do this openly and want people to see it? I think Pope St. John Paul II, I can't speak, said something like, don't never be afraid for people to see you pray the rosary in public. And I think that's true. And in the same way, just as you're talking about Alistair Rebello, that your aunt and uncle were very bold when they left Catholicism, why can't we be very bold when we leave Protestantism for Catholicism? Yeah, Jesus said if you're ashamed of him in front of others, he'll be ashamed of you in front of his Father. Exactly. Which is another thing that I remind myself of when I'm like, oh no, I don't want them to see me pray the rosary. It was funny. One time, a couple weeks ago, I went on a bike ride with some friends, and I had I just wanted to like pray. I wanted to start doing this 4 rosaries a day thing that Cameron Riker kind of put me onto. So I was biking with my friends and I was like, okay, we're all like, we're close to each other, but we're not having a conversation. So we're just kind of in the vicinity of each other, but we can't really talk to each other because we're riding our bikes. So I just broke out my rosary and started praying it. And then we all stopped somewhere and I had it in my hand and I was like trying to remember my place. So I had my finger on the bead that I was on. My wife was like, "Are you praying a rosary while we're biking?" And I'm like, "Yes." Please pray for the state of Nebraska to defeat Amendment 439, which would allow abortion until viability or even until the 9th month. Oh, yeah. Many of those fights are happening across the country. Mm. I have prayed the rosary silently while flying. Yeah. No one says anything. And if they do, I get an opportunity to share the gospel with them. Yeah. With the beads in it. Yeah. Yeah. And then I struggled for a while when I first got confirmed with, should I just keep the rosary in my pocket and kind of just bead through it there? Because I didn't want to, like, oh, look at me, I'm praying the rosary. I'm so holy. But I realized what your intent matters. So if your intent is, I'm going to pray the rosary out here so that everybody can see how great I am, then yeah, you're an idiot. Don't do that. But if your intent is, I'm going to pray the rosary, even though people are going to look at me and say, that guy's a lunatic, because it's an opportunity for evangelization. And it's also an opportunity for me to die to my ego a little bit, to put God before my ego, because you could be praying the rosary publicly for other people to see you so that you want them to see you, but you could also pray the rosary in spite of the fact that other people are going to see you. And that is, I think it has a good effect on your character and on your soul, um, to willingly I don't want to say embarrass yourself because you're not doing anything embarrassing, but to willingly take on the scorn of other people for the sake of Christ. The Jubilee mascot is holding a witch's stang. Stang? That is very dangerous. Is that what it is? Pray for Missouri to defeat Amendment 3, same as the other amendment. Yeah. Yeah, that's I don't know. This whole abortion fight is like, it's gonna keep being a thing, I think, for a long time, unfortunately. I mean, because we're not giving up. It doesn't seem like the other side has given up. We're just gonna have to keep fighting it. With prayer, yes. And with activism. Everyone is scared to be confronted. It's the fear of not knowing enough. Oh yeah. Especially, yeah, with conversion. The Jubilee Mask. Oh yeah, I read that already. I heard/read the Missouri one would allow transgender mutilation of children. That's horrible. I love the amount of Catholic creators out there. Helps me fill in the gaps of knowledge of the faith. Same. There's a lot of things I don't know, and then I listen to stuff and I'm like, oh, I learned something today. I always FaceTime random numbers when I pray the rosary so that they know I'm praying and can be impressed. JK. You should do that. You hit the nail on the head. It is intent behind praying the rosary in public. Yeah. Almost 6 months ago, I had a small procedure done on a toe on my right foot that didn't get fully fixed with a surgery for hammer toes. While he was trying to fix the toe to keep me busy, I prayed a rosary. Nice. Amendment 3 makes it a constitutional amendment, so it's super hard to reverse it if it passes. Yeah. I have a rosary bracelet from Crux Invicta. Definitely helps with the thought of people thinking I'm doing it to show off, because I can just cross my hands and nobody notices. Yeah. So true. What else do you guys want to talk about? Bro, are you planning on going to One Life LA in January? I had not heard of One Life I don't even know what that is, but I'll look it up and maybe I'll go. One Life LA. There's so many conventions and conferences and things. I can't keep up. Okay. One Life LA. Celebrating the beauty and dignity of every human life from conception to natural death. God bless him. Amen. Saturday, January 18th. Okay. January 18th. January 18th. Okay. That sounds really cool. All right. I will definitely look into it and maybe I'll go. LA is a bit of a drive for me. I mean, it's like an hour, which, yeah, I don't know. For me, it's hard to get me to go to LA. There was a musician or a country singer rather that was performing in LA and he's my favorite country singer. His name is Coulter Wall and he's amazing. He's from Canada. And he was performing in LA and I was looking at his website to find if he was performing anywhere nearby and I was like, "Oh, he's in California." And I was like, "Oh, but it's LA." Nah, it's okay. And I didn't go. So that's how much I don't want to go to LA. It's our March for Life. Yeah, I mean, it'd be really cool to be a part of that though. So maybe I'll try to move past my um, aversion to LA. How was it meeting Trent Horn and other Catholic creators? It was awesome. It was really cool. They were all so nice too, and they were just like nobody was like, I'm a Catholic Answers apologist. Don't talk to me. They were all super cool, and they just hung out on the floor where anybody could walk up to them and just chat with them a bit. They were super gracious. You can make a video explaining the Jubilee and going over the last celebrations. I mean, yeah, that'd be good because I don't know anything about it, honestly. So I could look into it and learn more and make a video about it. We had someone go to mid-mass dressed in some Halloween costume. They stood in the center aisle and it freaked people out, with some leaving. Never leave. Do not leave if some loser is trying to intimidate you. That's more reason to stand there and say, we're trying to do real worship right now. I don't know whatever cringe stuff you believe, but we're doing like the real thing here. So if you'd like to join us, you can feel free to take a seat. Otherwise, you can leave. But standing in the aisle while we are practicing our true religion, so that you can try to intimidate us on behalf of your fake nonsense, is not going to stand here. I hate driving down to LA. Yeah, same. Hello, congratulations on getting the funding you needed. Thank you, Corpse Parfait. They were later escorted out, and the mass continued. God bless them. Yeah. Never felt so helpless for my family. Have you heard about the fourth cup theory? I have not. His newer songs where he isn't forcing his voice too much are so good. Are you talking about Hell's Enemy? Because, yeah. His Hell's Enemy's newest album, which is called No Dawn for Demonkind, is amazing. Our Lady of Victory, such a good song. But even his other songs on there, oh man. Like the song No Dawn for Demonkind is one of the best metal songs ever. Oh, you're probably not talking about Hell's Enemy. You're talking about Coulter Wall. Yes, Coulter Wall's latest album is really good too. Coulter Wall's great. Sorry, I just have Hell's Enemy in my head because of the interview I did with him last week, which is coming out Friday, unless you're a member, in which case you can already watch it. And a clip of it is coming out tomorrow. Thanks to the people who donated. You're the real MVPs. Yes, they definitely are. But also the people who just watch the videos, the people who are members, people who share the videos. all of you guys make it possible, because if it wasn't for all of that, then this would be very boring and very sad. I don't know if you can hear my niece crying, but that's how I would be if nobody was watching my videos. I'd be crying too. I don't know why I'm wearing headphones, because I'm not even listening to anything, and it's just making me sweaty, which is gross. I gotta do a members only live stream soon, because I gotta talk to you guys about something. You sweat? Don't tell anybody. Can I turn this into a members only live stream? How do I do that? Stream settings? Might not be possible. I might have to do a new one. I'll do it later. Okay, your secret is safe with me. Yes, thank you. And the other 20 or so folks in here. I know. She'll be okay. I think she just woke up from her nap. That mic is so good it caught your baby. It's not my baby, it's my niece. It caught the baby crying in the background. Yeah. Are you exploring the idea of being a full-time apologist? Yes. That is my goal. I don't like I don't like the idea of calling myself an apologist, because it feels like I have an agenda, which I guess I do. But I think I'd much rather just be um, I don't know. Yeah, it just feels like I'm a salesman or something. I don't like that, because anytime like when when I was in the process of converting and I felt like I was being sold something, it was like, no, this does not resonate with me. I don't want anything to do with this. This feels like I'm just being scammed into something. But if there's a more natural form of that, like a YouTuber who talks about Catholicism, I don't know. Something like that. But I mean, apologist makes sense. Knock, knock, you're a salesman. Yes. So when are we starting a church in Luce's name? Oh man, I don't know. How mad would people be if that happened? P. Tony, thank you for your prayers. Thank you. Lepanto, so you got Trent Horn. Who's the person you really want to interview now? Ooh. I want to interview you, that's for sure. So you can teach me about Junipero Serra. I've specifically not learned about him because I want to go into a conversation with you and just be like, I don't know anything. Please help me. But who else? I don't know. It feels weird to say things because then it's like, I feel like I'm asking them, or like I'm inviting myself into an interview with them. And I don't want to do that. I was struggling with what word to use. I also thought about video creator. Yeah, I'm like YouTuber is fine, but that still sounds kind of cringe. Modern day pre Saint Luce calling it now. You can say Scott Hahn. We won't judge. Scott Hahn's awesome. I read his book Well, I was still a Lutheran, and I actually wasn't considering converting at the time. But a friend of mine who is Catholic gave me his book because she was like, "I have this book. Um, I don't really like. I'm not gonna read it because I'm already Catholic, but it was Rome Sweet Home, and I read it. It was a beautiful book. It didn't convince me at the time, but it was really a beautiful book. What you need is to figure out a couple of different staples for your channel, and then do a few outrageous things every now and then. Yeah, like Cordial Catholic, his staple is interviewing converts. Yeah. Have you been to the San Juan Capistrano mission? I have. It's beautiful. I love it. Yeah, I've thought about. I would love to do something out of this setting. Something out in the world. I'm trying to think of what that would be. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be cool to go out and interview with people. I don't want to do man on the street stuff, but I do want to do something. Maybe a tour of some cathedrals or something, or go out and interview various priests. I don't know. Scott Hahn is the one who talks about the fourth cup theory a lot. Okay, well, can you tell me what it is? Because you brought it up earlier, you didn't explain it, unless I missed it, in which case that's embarrassing. There are four cups at a Jewish Seder. Okay, I'm listening. Jesus drinks from all four cups in his passion. Oh, I see. Oh, I'm interested. All right, I'm asking GPT. The four cup theory refers to a concept often discussed within the context of the Passover Seder in Judaism, representing the four cups of wine that are traditionally drunk during the Seder. Each cup symbolizes a stage in the deliverance of the Israelites from slavery in Egypt, based on four expressions of redemption mentioned in the book of Exodus. Here's how they break down: cup of sanctification, cup of deliverance, cup of redemption, cup of praise. Okay, I'm going to take this phone call real quick. Did you guys hear my phone call? It was very private. No, I'm just kidding. I was helping a relative with technical issues with their TV. Okay, so the four cup theory, sorry. So the cup of sanctification symbolizes God's promise, I will bring you out from under the yoke of the Egyptians. The cup of deliverance represents the promise, I will deliver you from their bondage. Then the cup of redemption, I will redeem you with an outstretched arm and with mighty acts of judgment. And then the cup of praise, I will take you to be my people and I will be your God. That makes a lot of sense that Jesus is the fulfillment of all that. Eduardo, yes, all of it. It's okay if you did. It's fine. Perfect mute. Thank you, Hallie, for keeping the conversation interesting while I was gone. Hi, we're calling about the government rebate on solar panels. Are you the owner of the property? No. That's funny. Sorry, I got busy, bro. My bad. No worries. I was just messing with you. But the fourth cup theory is a theory that explains how, long story short, when Jesus says, I thirst, he was completing the ancient Jewish Pentecost. Ancient Jewish Pentecost ritual that started at something. Would like to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. So true. Yes, I'm joining the expedition to Mars, everybody. I needed material for a video, so I was like, I guess I'll just go to Mars. People will watch that. Anyways. What else do you guys want to talk about? I don't have anything planned, but I also am free to hang if you guys want to keep chatting. Interested in any third orders? Not particularly at the moment. I'm kind of letting myself ease into things as I'm on this Catholic journey because my tendency is to go all in on things and burn myself out, which is what I did with this YouTube channel, by the way. But I didn't get burnt out. Not too bad, anyways. But I was making a video every day at the beginning because I was like, I just got to do it. I just got to go, go, go. But that's usually not very healthy for me because then I'll burn out and then I'll stop it completely. And I don't want, obviously, my faith to be that way. So I'm letting myself take it slow. I'm just gonna enjoy being a normie Catholic for a while, and then I'll look into the third orders. What do I do for work? I am a software developer. Yeah, web developer. Been doing it for going on 4 years now. Has it been 4 years? Since 2021. Yeah. So it'll be 4 years in like March or something, May of next year. And yeah, it's been good. What's nice about it is that I work from home. Schedule is pretty flexible. Nobody cares if you're working 8 hours a day as long as you're getting all of your things done. So it's a really nice job that's really conducive to being able to do things like this. So I'm grateful for that. Everyone likes the stream. Thank you, Grilled Cheese. Hey, do you have a business email or a way to be contacted? I'd like to put you in touch with a podcaster friend. Yes, I would love to do a casual interview. My Do I want to give out? I mean, you can find my email in the channel about page. So if you go to my channel and click about, and then there should be like a link you can click for the email. I'd rather not just say it out here, even though everybody now knows where to find it. I would really enjoy a video where you discuss a revised approach to catechizing children. Ooh, teens and adults. Hmm. That's hard, yeah, because especially with children and teens, attention spans are low, and it's hard to know what would keep them interested. But teaching OCIA has been going really well, really well. And I feel like I'm learning more than I'm teaching. Everybody in there is like all of the people coming in, there's such a diverse background of faiths and histories. So it's really cool to learn everybody's stories. And it's just exciting to see people that are like new and pumped to join the faith, to join the true church. Have you spent any time discerning your bigger picture, marriage, religious life, etc.? I am married already. Sorry, ladies, but I'm just kidding. This is a bad day to do a stream. I'm tired and I'm overly caffeinated, so I'm just saying nonsense. But anyways, I'm married. As far as bigger picture stuff, this YouTube channel is what I want to do. And I think it's what God wants me to do. So whatever good I can do with that, and also with the people in my personal life, I think we have a tendency to think too big picture, and we don't think about the things we can do in our daily lives to evangelize in small ways that are maybe more effective than even putting out a YouTube video. So I try to think like that, where sure, you have this YouTube channel. It's been helpful for a lot of people, which I'm grateful for. But also, there's people in my life that are not Catholics. Most people in my life are not Catholics. So it's like, how do you reach those people who are not even watching your YouTube videos, but who you see on a daily basis? So, yeah, that's kind of the stuff I think about. Bigger picture stuff, I think you can't really do that right, anyways, if you're not doing the smaller picture stuff well. Says email. Xbox recorded that. I don't understand the reference, but okay. I think about when PewDiePie leaked his email by accident on a live stream, and then he just got spammed. You're doing great. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, P. Tony. Wife's in chat. Watch out. Yeah, my wife is fierce. I would not want to be on the wrong side of I don't know how to complete that sentence. I've got to bounce because of calendar events. God bless you, brother. I'll leave a lurk to hopefully help the algorithm. Thanks, P. Tony. I appreciate that. Enjoy your calendar events. My bad, thought you were still single. No worries. You gave me an opportunity to let everybody know, just to put all of those aspirations to rest. Taken. I'm sorry. All right. My wife has asked me before, like, does anybody say anything in the chat? Like, has anybody flirted with you? And I'm like, no. And I'm glad they haven't. Yeah, this microphone is really good. I tested it out before and I compared it to some old videos, and wow, it's a huge improvement. Or take you to dinner to talk about the priesthood. You crushed so many women's aspirations. Oh, I'm sure everybody's crying now. People have asked me a lot, are you a priest? I'm like, no, I'd be so much smarter if I was a priest and so much more spiritually mature. I've got to duck out into a call with a client and be back in 30 minutes if you're still on. I might be, I'm not sure. We'll see how things go. I'm happy to hang out. I might hang out and just do some work on the side here. Good evening and Hail Mary from Brazil. Thanks for being here. I'm trying to remember if I know any Portuguese, but I don't think I do. I almost said something in Italian just now. That would have been embarrassing. Um, some Portuguese. Don't tell me anything. Priests are people you'd be surprised. Yeah, that's true. I've just met so many amazing priests that I'm like, they've all got to be this great. But I know they're not. They can't be. We're all human. Maybe you are the same. Whoa. Okay, I'm trying to think of Portuguese words. Hold on. Because I've watched a lot of reality shows where people are from Brazil. And I hear words. Yeah. How productive were you editing during that last live stream? Not productive at all. I think I got one stage of editing down during that live stream. It was like I'll go through the transcript and I'll find excessive like pauses, like the one that just happened before I said pauses, and I'll cut those out using the transcript. So I got that done, but that was about it. It could have taken me way less time. It took me like, I think I was streaming for 3 hours and that's all I finished. Normally that takes me like 30 minutes. So it was not productive at all, but it was fun. Bom dia. Okay, I wouldn't have gotten that one. I know they say like good. They'll say it like ben, I think. I don't know, man. But yeah, I probably won't be doing any more editing live streams. Not if I actually want to get editing done. Does your wife also learn Vietnamese? She does not. She's she knows enough to get by, but I think I know more than her now. She can understand it a lot better than I can, though, obviously, because she's grown up with it. And for me, understanding is my weakest link. I can speak it, um, I can write it, I can read it, but understanding spoken Vietnamese, especially with all the different dialects and even between people speak very differently and people speak very fast. So that's my weakest area. I've seen I've seen a ton of different creators who got to interview Trent. How did that process work? Have they released Trent or is he still chained in that room? Yeah, he just sits there and he waits for someone to come in and interview him indefinitely until the end of time. It was just Catholic Answers in all of their graciousness and generosity allowed us to email their apologists and say, "Do you have time during this time slot to do an interview at the conference?" So I emailed Trent. Some people, like Brandon from the Catechumen, was bold and decided I'm going to interview two apologists. So he interviewed Trent Horn and Jimmy Akin, and I was like, I didn't know we could do two, but I was grateful for being able to interview anybody there. It was great. Yes, Hallie, I know a bit of Vietnamese. I'd say I'm intermediate. I can pray the Hail Mary, and no, that's about it. But yeah, I haven't been regular with it lately, but I usually join a Monday night rosary group that is all in Vietnamese. But all I've learned so far is the Hail Mary. The way they pray it is so beautiful because it's like they're chanting it, and it's just very different from what I'm used to, but it's very beautiful. It's like they're singing it. What made you choose Trent over Jimmy? It wasn't like I chose Trent over anybody, but I had the option of like Trent, Jimmy, Joe Heschmeyer, Carlo Broussard. I think Tim Staples. Actually, I don't know if he was available, but there was a few different options, and Trent Horn was just who I'm most uh, familiar with. I guess I've interacted with his stuff more than anybody else. Oh, we should do a rosary together. We should. What are your expectations for the Jubilee next year? I have no idea because I've never even heard of it before. But I wish I had also done an interview with Jimmy because I think he would have been able to shed a lot of light on some of the more mysterious aspects of Catholicism, like like miracles. We could have talked about aliens. I think we could have got weird, which would have been fun. But there's always next year. Have you listened to Jimmy's Mysterious World podcast? I have not, but I've heard of it and I really want to listen. Let me add it to my library right now. I rarely listen to anything anymore because I'm always either editing a video, which I can't really listen to anything while you're editing a video, or I'm researching, which sometimes if I'm trying to read something and I'm listening to something, it throws me off. So I have to pause what I'm listening to. So I just don't. Um, or I'm writing, and same thing. I can't really listen to people speaking while I'm writing because it throws me off. So I'm like way behind on so many podcasts, which kind of makes me sad. But I do occasionally have a moment, especially when I'm running or something. I can pop on a podcast. So I just followed him on Apple Podcasts. How do you feel about dragon dances at church? Oh, I see. Okay. I was like, what's a dragon dance? But now I see. I also have a Vietnamese community and priests, and they allow dragon dances. I'm conflicted, but I think the dragon dance can be adapted. Yeah, I'm not sure what the dragon dances were originally intended to mean, or if there was like a religious aspect to them. Let me see. It doesn't feel like something that should be happening at church to me. Vietnamese dragon dances hold deep cultural significance. Okay, okay. Perform especially during Lunar New Year and significant celebrations. Symbolize the dragon as a protector and a bringer of blessings. Ooh, that sounds kind of cringe. The dragon is a revered figure in Vietnamese folklore associated with strength, wisdom, and life giving water. It is believed to be a positive force that can bring rain to nourish crops, so it's a pagan deity. So, probably not a good idea. In the dance, performers manipulate a dragon puppet. Yes, I'm aware. Okay. The dance represents a ritual of renewal. So, it's a pagan ritual dedicated to a pagan deity where the dragon's movements chase away negative energies and invite good luck for the coming year. Eh, probably not a good idea to do in church unless it's adapted in some way, but I don't even think maybe we shouldn't adapt it. Maybe there's some things that you should not adapt. I don't know. Imagine having Saint Michael the Archangel fighting the dragon, though. That would be a good adaptation. Yeah, that's like um, Great Helm. Their new album is called something Dragon. Let me find it. I don't want to. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Against the Dragon. Yes. Hello, Simona. But then there are other cultures that do some similar things, but more blended and aligned with the Catholic faith. Yeah, I'm sure there is a way to do it. Just the fact that it's originally intended as a pagan ritual for a pagan god makes me feel icky about it. Don't do yoga or dragon dances in church. That is very good advice, Hallie. Check. Dragon dance, not a good idea. Remember in the last book of the Bible, the dragon is the devil. Yeah. That's funny. So oh, well, okay. So like my grandpa will sometimes watch stuff about Vietnam because of me, because I'm like learning Vietnamese and my wife's Vietnamese and all that stuff. So he'll watch stuff about Vietnam and then he'll see dragons and he'll be like, that's bad, you know? And I've always kind of been like, it's not a religious thing, it's just like a symbol. Don't worry that much about it, Grandpa. Don't think too deeply about it. And then now I find out, oh, it actually is it's a pagan religion. So he was right. Score one, Gramps. Can't do yoga, just rebrand it. Yeah. I mean, stretching is good. I stretch every morning because I'm getting old, but I don't do yoga. Have you seen the relic of Mary Magdalene's skull? Ooh, I have seen that, I think. I think I saw like a meme of it. It was in a meme. I feel like that would be a good Hell's Enemy album cover or t-shirt. Yeah. Man, Hell's Enemy's merch is so good. I ordered one, which was the Mary shirt, but I haven't received it yet. I will say that among the Vietnamese youth of today, the dragon has largely become a secular symbol of coolness. That's true. I do see it on a lot of Vietnamese shirts and stuff, but it's not meant as a religious thing. Stretching with the saints. Like there's this Vietnamese market a little ways from me, but not too far, and it's called Phuc Lục Ta, and which I think means like happiness, health, and luck or something like that. But anyways, it's a very popular Vietnamese mall, and there's a store in there that's like a very trendy store for like young people, young Vietnamese people, really cool merch. A lot of dragon stuff on there, but it's obviously not meant to be like, hey, we love this, we worship this pagan dragon god. It's not meant like that. So there's a way to see it without getting upset as a Catholic. I like visiting that mall once in a while. Yeah, we'll probably bump into each other there one time. So yeah, the store I'm talking about is oh, actually I forgot what it's called. But it's like in the corner of the mall. If you're facing the mall, it's like in the top left corner. You probably know it. What a weird YouTube channel this is. It's like Catholicism and then random Vietnamese stuff. Let me see. Let me find this store. Give him a huge shout out for no reason. I almost bought one of their shirts, but it was just too expensive. Love from Mexico. Thank you, Hector. Thanks for being here. But yeah, that's where I bought my aoyai for my wedding. Whoops. Did you? Oh yeah, yeah. I wore an aoyai for my wedding. We had a like a tea ceremony, as is customary. It's called Little Saigon. No, wait, that's not the name. I think there's a clothing brand called Little Saigon too. A Corpse Parfait. Do you ever watch Cafe Sang? I'm surprised the dragon hasn't been replaced by a saint, and in doing so, they celebrate them. Does the Lunar New Year move every year? Maybe celebrate the corresponding saint. Ooh, thanks for the help. No worries, Corpse Parfait. It's like a Vietnamese news show that I watch sometimes to help me practice. But I only say that because a lot of the places in Phu Ta are advertised on there. So seeing the names of the stores makes me like remember the whatever, the commercials. Okay, yeah. So the merch brand is called Little Saigon. That's what I was thinking of. So I whatever, spent like 15 minutes looking for that. I'm so sorry that you guys had to sit through that. But it was very important to me that we got to the bottom of it for whatever reason. Look, no one's going to watch this later, okay? We're and almost an hour and a half in. No one's watching this. This is exclusively for everybody who is here. But yeah, I bought my aoyai from Phu Ta. I think my wife got one at another place, different place, in the same city, but different place. But yeah, so the Lunar New Year falls on a different day depending on the moon or something. So we could just use that time to have a celebration, but just celebrate whatever saint has a feast day that day. That's a good idea. I'm going to steal that. Are you all bored? Should we call it? Should we end the stream? You won't hurt my feelings, don't worry. This channel will have more than 200K in less than a year. I hope you're right, Hector. If it is God's will, it will happen. There's no way it won't happen if it's God's will. But thank you for saying that. I hope you're right. Because then I could go full time. But yeah, if there's any like video ideas or video concepts or even like styles of video that you guys want to see more of, I do want to get back to what I was doing earlier on in this YouTube channel's history, which was like more casual videos where I'm kind of just freeballing it, freewheeling. I shouldn't have said freeballing. I'm sorry. Where no one's gonna watch this later. It's okay. Where I'm just kind of freewheeling it. Don't clip this video because that's fun, and I feel like a more casual vibe is good sometimes. But I also want to I want to have a balance of both, right? Because I don't want to be too casual. I heard it here first, but I also don't want to be too formal. So a good balance is good. Maybe I think I'm on the too formal side lately, which is not a bad thing necessarily, but I'd like to just keep the balance. I may explore if I can do something more casual like that and have consistent video ideas for that. Maybe more of a vlog style or something, or just, yeah, I don't know. I'll work that. I'll figure that out myself, but something like that that's a little bit less preparation work, a little bit less editing, then I could upload that, like that kind of video, and then the more formal videos, and I can do 2 videos a week. I would like to know how you're feeling, how it's your feeling, and history knowledge about Halloween. In Brazil, many priests kind of demonize it. Once I read it was Catholic, it was a Catholic feast that was secularized. Yeah, it is a Catholic holiday, and I think it's a great thing to celebrate. Obviously, there are ways to celebrate it that are not ideal. Like, I think if you are celebrating death, because my understanding of it is that we're celebrating the saints, we're celebrating the dead in Christ who have gone before us. But if you're celebrating death itself, where you're like, you know, I don't know, whatever, with your costumes, or I don't know, yeah, because death itself, though it has been overcome by Christ, death is a result of the fall, which is a result of deception by Satan. So it's not a good thing to celebrate death itself. Death for the sake of death is kind of dumb. But there is a good way to celebrate it, and I think Halloween should be celebrated. And also All Saints Day should be celebrated. Now we will never know if you're wearing pants. I will be praying for you. Thank you. Yes, I need prayer. See, now you make me feel like I should stand up just to prove that I'm fully clothed. But I don't want to, I'm not going to feed into your rumors. I will not dignify that with a response. Press B for down. Get out of here, man. Stand up, I dare you. What else do you guys want to talk about? I'm not afraid. Anyways, this is a good microphone. Really good microphone. Don't mind me, I'm just here to learn and have a good time. But for sure learn. All good. I was going to say something, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to get in trouble. Something like 33 years ago, I went trick-or-treating with a neighbor, kind of as a babysitter, but the dad was along, and this little girl who was not Catholic, I think she was Lutheran, was dressed as the devil. Yeah, see, what are you doing? Dress as something that is worth celebrating. You don't have to dress as a priest or a nun or whatever, or like the Pope or something. You don't have to dress as something specifically religious, but at least don't dress like something that is 100% evil. That's so ridiculous. Depends on the kind of Lutheran they are, I guess, but I would expect Lutherans to be a little more based than that. I know there's a lot of progressive stuff going on in Lutheranism. Still doesn't make sense why you would wear a devil costume or allow your child to. Hell's enemy has entered the chat, everybody. This live stream just became 1000% more based. Dude, I've been talking up your music this whole time. Also got a new microphone thanks to the generosity of the viewers. And everybody's really excited to see our interview, which they should be because it was really, really good. I'm ready. What are you ready for? Oh, for the baseness to increase. Man, yeah, that interview was so fun. I can't wait for people to see it. Thank you. Yeah, the new mic is great. The old mic is garbage. Um, not ideal. But you know what? It's my fault. I'm an idiot because this microphone, let me pull it over here so you can see it. This microphone, the old microphone, is not meant for what I'm using it for. So it was my fault in the first place. It's actually meant to be more of like an outdoor kind of a microphone. So when you're out and about filming, you can attach it to your camera and film audio or record audio with your video that sounds better than the camera's mic. But I was using it's like it's a shotgun mic. It's not meant for podcasting or recording. So it picks up way too much extra noise. It picks up way too much echo. It picks up all the background noise that's going on. Is I should have known that going in, but yeah. Can't headbang, but will be bobbing my head on the side. Yep. Hell's Enemy, man. New album of Hell's Enemy coming out next month. This guy's cranking out albums left and right. Well, she was celebrating Reformation Day after all. That's true, as a Lutheran, celebrating Reformation Day. I don't want to say anything too mean, but yeah. Not great. There should be a Hell's Enemy costume. My man was ready with the plug, always. There should be a Hell's Enemy costume, which is like a crusader or maybe like a Saint Michael costume, where you have like the head of a demon or something on a sword or something like that on a stake. That would be really cool. Hell's Enemy costume line. I know I can Google that, but what is actually celebrated in Halloween in a Catholic perspective? Do you have it in liturgy or it's just a popular feast? I think it's just a popular feast. Uh, my understanding, and I should do more research into it myself, is that Halloween is All Hallows Eve. So it is the eve of All Saints Day. And All Saints Day is a celebration of all the saints. So I think the day before you're supposed to, you know what, let me look it up because I'm going to say some nonsense and be wrong when I could also just look it up first and not be wrong. So All Hallows Eve or Halloween takes place on October 31st. We knew that. The night before All Saints Day. Hallow means holy or saintly, so the evening is the vigil of the feast of all the holy ones. Oh, so is Friday a day of obligation? I believe it is, right? Okay. Halloween's origins are both cultural and religious, blending Celtic traditions that marked the end of the harvest with the Christian recognition of the souls who have departed. In the Middle Ages, this vigil became associated with prayer and remembrance for the dead, especially those souls still undergoing purification in purgatory. Yes, pray for some souls in purgatory on Halloween and on All Saints Day, including traditional customs. Traditional customs developed, including dressing as saints, angels, or even symbolic spirits, which acknowledge the reality of spiritual forces. Over time, Halloween festivities became more secular because the world is cringe. But from a Catholic viewpoint, it remains a time to reflect on mortality, the spiritual realm, and the importance of praying for souls. That's something that I neglect way too much, praying for saints, for souls in purgatory. All Saints' Day, celebrated November 1st, is a solemn feast in the Catholic Church dedicated to honoring all saints, known and unknown. Ooh. It originated in early centuries of Christianity when martyrs were commemorated on specific dates, and eventually the Church established a universal day to honor all saints together, especially those who do not have a dedicated feast day. Theologically, All Saints' Day emphasizes the communion of saints, the belief that the faithful on earth, the souls in purgatory, and the saints in heaven are spiritually united. The day reminds Catholics of their call to holiness and the hope of sharing eternal life with God. Saints are seen as examples of Christian virtue and intercessors who pray on behalf of the living, inspiring the faithful to grow in love, charity, and faith. Yep. Yeah, day of obligation for All Saints' Day, which is Friday. So everybody, make sure you get your butt to Mass on Friday. And pray on All Souls' Day, too, on November 2nd. Well, let's read about All Souls' Day then. It's a solemn day in the Catholic Church dedicated to praying for the souls of the faithful departed who are undergoing purification in purgatory before entering heaven. It follows All Saints' Day, completing. Okay, so it's a 3-day cycle: Halloween, All Saints' Day, and All Souls' Day. Awesome. Gotta look out for the homies. Yep. Gotta look out for the homies in purgatory. But yeah, I do neglect that too often. And there is a prayer. Let me see. There's some prayer that is alleged to, yeah, here it is, to free 1,000 souls from purgatory. It's not official church doctrine that it frees 1,000 souls, but that's a widespread belief. But the prayer goes like this, and we'll just pray it together here. This is the prayer of Saint Gertrude the Great. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Eternal Father, I offer you the most precious blood of your divine Son, Jesus, in union with the masses said throughout the world today, for all the holy souls in purgatory, for sinners everywhere, for sinners in the universal church, those in my own home and within my family. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So, I mean, that's a great prayer. You're offering the blood of Jesus, which has the power to atone. Yeah, and you're saying for the sake of Christ's blood, which He shed for our forgiveness, help us, help the souls in purgatory, help us, sinners everywhere, sinners in the universal church, and those in my own home and my family. That's a great prayer. So that is a good one to pray on All Souls Day, or do it every day. Why not? The best part of being a new Catholic is as you learn, you can be better prepared for the next year. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I feel like, oh, I missed out on that this year because I didn't know about it, or I missed out on that feast day or something, you know? And then it's like, well, I guess next year I'll know. Next year I'll be prepared. Especially with all the events that go on, all the conferences, like this, I don't know, all the things that are, there's so many events around the world that are Catholic events. This One Life LA thing, there's so much that you can't possibly keep up with it all. There's a special rosary you can pray for the dead. It's online. Ooh. Is it just called the Rosary for the Dead? The Rosary for the Dead is a prayer to remember the souls of the faithful departed. It is often prayed by family and friends of a deceased Catholic to ask for the repose of their loved one's soul. Nice. I don't have any family that's passed that was Catholic, but I don't see why you can't just pray it for any faithful departed. All right. Well, I'm gonna probably just go now. Been going for an hour and 40 minutes, just about. And it's been a lot of fun. I just wanted to do this stream as a thank you for everybody who's supported this channel in any form, and those who supported yesterday by donating the money necessary to get this lovely, glorious microphone. That sounds fantastic. I'm so happy with it. So thank you guys. Um, yeah, like I said in the post yesterday, I've put a lot into this channel. Whether it's time, money, I've put a lot of all of it into this channel, and it's been a lot of fun for me. So I will continue to do it because you guys make it worth it. So thank you guys for hanging out. Keep an eye out for tomorrow. There is a video premiering, which is a clip from the interview between me and Hell's Enemy. His name's Frederick, but I call him Hell's Enemy because he's Hell's Enemy. That's how I know him. So look out for the full interview on Friday. Tomorrow is a clip of that interview that is premiering at 7 in the morning Pacific time. And other than that, we will continue with our regularly scheduled videos the following week. Have a lovely All Hallows Eve and All Saints Day and All Souls Day. And make sure to go to Mass on Friday. All right, y'all. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Always fun. God bless. Bye.